Okay, und weiter geht's. So, und schauen wir mal, ob wir das Quartier vom Chef finden. Okay, hier ist der Hangar. Hier ist mein Quartier. Ah.
Come in, Six. I'm sorry to summon you like this, but I feel it's important that we talk face to face. Please, have a seat. So, I haven't asked you here to berate you with questions about my dead or nearly killed officers. There'll be plenty enough of those in Ireland. Nor am I going to ask you again why you think someone is causing all of this.
Sorry to interrupt, boss. I thought you should know that our auto guns are repaired and ready.
Good. Now, to the medbay.
Way ahead of you.
As you may have noticed, Six, I care a great deal about this crew, and I also respect their opinions. Following what happened with Angelov, I've asked them to report their encounters with you. All in all, it seems you've handled yourself well. Most of the crew have nothing worth reporting. What about you? How do you feel you're fitting in?
I'm fine.
I'm glad to hear it. Anyway, I'm glad we had this talk. You and I always need to be on the same page.
Bishop, hey. Heads up. I think we got something here.
What is it, Alana?
Well, the Bishop suggested I follow Pawn 32, and she's just unlocked Bishop 8's cabin, went inside, and locked the door behind her.
Patricia? It can't be.
She also has some sort of device clipped onto her back. Something small. I couldn't tell what it was.
I'm almost back to the cockpit. 10 seconds. I can unlock the door from there.
Da hat ein Weihnachtsbaum stehen. Ach gut, wir haben ja Dezember.
Six, get to Bishop 8's cabin. When you're ready, hit the lock and Wade will open it remotely. Hurry!
After you. It looks like she's altering the BUS through her VR deck.
She's finishing what she started before killing Pawn 7.
What the hell are you doing?
How did you... Don't come any closer.
What's that device on your back?
Look, I can't explain it, but the bishop, he cannot be allowed to reach the Churchill Tower. You must listen to me, Alana, please.
In London? What the hell are you talking about? And I ask again, what is that on your back?
Zenlin, initiate code 2121.
Oh, bloody hell. That just messed up all my sensors and accesses.
Don't stand a chance. You guys see that? That thing must be a containment unit.
You're probably wondering where I got a containment unit that fits into the palm of my hand. They gave it to me, Alana. They are so far more advanced than you could possibly imagine.
Wait a second. Keep her talking.
Please. None of you understand what he or she is. They require its death or we'll never be saved.
She's completely lost it. Six, ask her about her husband. They've just been married.
Does your husband know about this?
I don't have a husband. They put us together. He was a believer like me, but now he's dead. Part of my mission was to take his life. I think they wanted me to prove I could do it.
You insane bitch.
Who exactly are they?
They We don't need a name, Bishop. Don't you see? They are everywhere and everything.
You've got to be kidding me.
Did they hire Kirill?
Yes, of course. He was never meant to beat you. That EMP gave me access to lower avionics, where I managed to plant the primary virus. And now, we're all going to die because I failed.
Tell me about the Churchill Tower.
Risen as a vine from the ancestors' endless drink.
That is an excerpt from the prophecy of the ancestors. The remaining reads, "Distant does this tower speak. The ancestors' only children will be summoned to awaken those worthy of their guiding light."
What a load of nonsense.
Is the Churchill Tower this wine?
Some believe so, yes.
Is the Guardian Church behind this?
Of course not. That is like asking me if Bulgaria is to blame for the homeless mercenaries. We are all, in fact, Guardian children.
Well, that makes sense.
Sounds like a cult to me.
I've already said too much. Ancestors, forgive me.
You want to kill me for them?
It's more than that. They have shown me things you could not possibly understand. Our history, the future, everything we've ever known has been the construct of another world's design. You're not even Bishop 6.
Patricia, please, think about what you're bloody saying. You're not making any sense.
She's right batshit, she is.
You are not even Porn 32.
Seeker is what Henry calls you, isn't it? What are you seeking from this other world of yours? Truth? Is that what you think this is all about?
This is about catching a murderer.
You need to take her down, 6. Now! Good work.
Damn you!
We'll have her brought to the brig, and the investigators in Ireland can take her from there.
I guess to say we're having a bad day would be a understatement at this point.
Another day in the life of a bishop?
Nothing about today has been anywhere near normal. And the only thing different from yesterday and the day before that is you. What are we going to do about this? Any ideas?
Why not ask the king for help?
I have, believe me. He's doing everything he can to find the source of this enemy. He's checking every security database from every supporting country and corporation.
How many countries support the Consortium?
Last time I checked, we'd garnered support from about 80% of the developed world. Why?
What does this support mean for them?
With support comes the ability for us to respond immediately to any environmental or militaristic problem requiring our attention. Are you satisfied?
How can the king be trusted with so much power?
Do you want to be here or not? You sure do have a strange attitude for someone who practically begged to be considered for your position.
Did Porn 32 beg for her position?
There's no need to be a smart-ass. The king's hiring of her is not to blame, no matter what's happened to her since.
Duly noted.
Good. I know today has been rough, but we need to stick together.
You're absolutely right.
Wade, patch my CMC into the ship's loudspeaker. I've had quite enough fun for one day.
Okay, you're on.
Attention, everyone. Attention. Today has been a long and difficult day for all of us. And I find myself humbled to have a crew as dedicated and brave as the men and women on this ship. While the day may have been long, unfortunately it is not yet over. I am now issuing the security protocol X03. All pawn personnel will report immediately to the barracks until further notice. This is for everyone's safety until we touch ground in Ireland. Thank you.
You can't seriously be thinking of locking them in there.
That's the plan, yes. Do you have a better idea to help prevent more of our crew members from dying or killing each other? Because I'm all ears if you do.
It was Pawn 32. She was responsible for everything. Helping Kirill, planting the virus, killing Pawn 7. All of it. You're treating them like prisoners, and it's frankly disgusting.
Alana, don't push me right now.
Excuse me! You can't deny that you've been making some pretty bad decisions today.
Don't do this.
Rook 25 isn't wrong.
Oh, good. The new bishop here really does have a brain.
I really don't like reminding my crew that this technically is not a democracy. They'll stay in the barracks.
Hey, come on, people. Reality check. We're not out of this yet. Can we maybe save the petty arguments for after we touch ground?
You're right.
Wade, how close are you to fixing these bloody lights?
Oh, give me some credit. I've got this virus by the balls now that it's shown us its ass.
Very colourful.
Thanks. Oh, we're saving that one. Alright, so first B, I can't power down the system because there's a chip missing from the battery crawl control bank. Oh, hey, I guess you've already found it. Okay, mate, now take that chip to the battery crawl and plug it into the control bank there. The battery crawl is accessible from the hangar bay and the galley. In the hangar bay, it's the hatch on the second level directly underneath the CCU.
Na gut. Crawl Access im Hangar B. Ja, hätte ich auch vorne runtergehen können, aber gut. Ah, nee, hätte ich nicht. Die geht bis ganz nach unten, die Leiter. Ah, macht sogar Sinn.
Perfect. That'll do the trick. I need to reset some lesser systems. So we're gonna lose lights for a few seconds.
Sounds good. Do it.
We're back up and everything is in the green. The virus is gone. I hope.
Good work. I think we can all breathe a little easier now.
Hello, Seeker. Yes, I know it's you. I understand Interdimensional Games has created a video game from your trips to this world, even calling it Consortium.
Do you know who I am?
Why am I called the Seeker?
You are the seeker of knowledge, of truth, of understanding. Your world has shaped my past and is directly responsible for my survival at an early age.
But I don't know who you are.
I told Vidal it was a mistake to open this connection to the uninitiated.
This game you call Consortium was a mistake, and your rift should only be accessed by those prepared to better this world through informed action.
Who is this Vidal?
Vidal de Search, founder of the IDGI-1 satellite? Unbelievable.
Oh, richtig.
How can you possibly understand what you're getting yourself into? You are openly vulnerable to manipulation. IDGI should know better.
Sounds like you don't want my help.
You've already begun this universe, already split the timeline, and created your own.
We are in this together now, and until you decide to abandon this world and begin another.
Let's make the best of this one.
Okay, so whether you trust me or not, we must still find a way of getting along. At least until we can both determine why your world is so important.
You might be right.
The man you inhabit was mediocre on many levels, many fields. He may not have known it, but he was born to be a vessel for your world.
Is his mind still functioning?
You entered his mind while he was sleeping, and so he will never know the difference.
What happens when I disconnect?
The timeline splits. One instance goes on with the bishop waking up from his dream, with no memory of you or your actions.
And in the other instance, as far as you're concerned, we're frozen in time and space, connected to a saved rift state, and therefore completely unaware of you coming or going.
Ja, I hope to use Bishop 6 for good. Ist jetzt alles irgendwie ein bisschen...
So because the connection exists, you may as well try and use it for good. I can appreciate that, sort of. But what about the others in your world who are having fun playing a game? Do you know how many Bishop 6s are being maimed and killed as we speak?
I try to be careful.
Okay. There's much to be done out there, and we're running out of time. I'll see you soon.
Well, I'll be damned. Hey, guys. I think the virus may have tampered with our local newswire connection. There's some seriously strange stuff going on in London right now.
Oh gods. Let me guess. The Churchill Tower.
You got it. And we've also got a second incoming TS packet from London.
This is not happening.
Let me patch the newswire broadcast through the whole ship. Just a sec.
If this freak thunder snowstorm wasn't enough for one day, it's hard to believe that an unknown number of armed terrorists have taken control of the Churchill Tower. I assure you again, this is no joke. The instant I know more, you will too. This is the VR News AI reporter, reporting from London, England, just outside the Churchill Tower.
Don't you guys realize? Patricia knew. She said the bishop cannot reach the Churchill Tower. You don't think...
No, Alana. I can assure you that the king will not be sending us to London. We've had enough excitement for one day.
Yeah, well, I hate to be the bringer of disappointment, but...
Don't you dare say it, Wade.
I've just been given a course change from the king. We're headed for the center of London.
Seriously?
Okay, everyone. You heard Wade. Meet in the hollow room on the double. Briefing in 5.
Der Holoraum. Ah, verdammt. Komme ich da jetzt wieder hin? Hier, genau.
This isn't just insane, it's some sort of practical joke. It has to be.
Alana, today is proving to be full of surprises. You should really learn to roll with the punches.
Shut up, Kieran.
Six, go ahead and take a seat. We'll be
Isn't there
getting
something
started
we can do
soon.
while we wait? How about charades?
Zen, display priority consortium signal, authorization code 7383 Alpha.
Accepted. Now connecting. Consortium King.
Happy holidays, everyone.
So let's hear it then. Why us? Stormbird or Tiamat should be given this. He's right. We've been dragged through the mud all day, and you want to send us into the heart of London, bloody England?
We've taken missions from the London police before. Alana, take it back a notch or two.
You have trusted me for many years, and while I cannot entirely explain why, you must trust me now. There is only one C-3800 capable of completing this mission.
The Churchill Tower is the second tallest building in the world, built over the River Thames near the financial district of London, England. Standing at 840 meters and consisting of 208 floors, including those below ground.
The top 43 floors are in mid-construction and will soon be a 5-star hotel. A partially constructed roof will thus supply several safe landing zones for our bishop.
What we are mostly concerned with is what lies between the hotel and the businesses below. A currently unknown number of armed soldiers have seized this section of the building, the Churchill Tower Power Facility.
Someone is luring us, and we're playing right into it like a bunch of amateurs. It's Bishop 2 all over.
We also have no idea why they believe a VXY delivery system is being developed on site. Clearly, disinformation is involved.
But the threat is real. Bishop, I know this is your first real mission, but I want the terrorists subdued and the hostages rescued by the numbers. This means following your knight's instructions to the letter.
Will this be a difficult mission?
No, Bishop. From what we know, these soldiers have limited resources and very low-end military hardware.
From what we know, which means he's blind to them. And considering they managed to get into the center of London, you'll likely be up against soldiers with technology we've never seen before.
I know you've probably never fired a gun before today, Seeker. Just keep your shielding up and avoid getting shot through the heart. Night 15. I will leave the remaining details in your capable hands. Good luck, everyone.
Brooks, I want you to start prepping by studying schematics and all the other background data that's been supplied to us. I'll be in my office doing the same.
Boss? Kirill is awake and he's asking for the bishop. Well, he's actually having a bit of a fit.
You may as well see what you can find out.
Okay. Brick. Da müssen wir... Richtung Hangar.
You poor child. There's no higher purpose to your assassination attempt. No grand plan. No celestial governance. And worst of all for you, your god is nowhere to be found.
You haven't seen the things I have.
Enlighten us then. What have you seen?
The Guardian of Wisdom is here, on Earth. Many of them have returned in anticipation of the prophecy fulfillment. They are here, waiting. Wisdom showed me what was to come. Wisdom brought me into the great abyss of time, and through the ancestors' light, I saw mass atrocities committed by Bishop 6 here and his crew.
It sounds to me like someone fed you LSD-soaked baby food, and then proceeded to fill your simple mind with lies.
I thought you were an enemy of the Consortium. Why do you fight me?
If there's one thing I hate more than the Consortium and its king, is a traitor to their own people. You are less than scum.
I am not a traitor. I swore allegiance long before the king existed. Before he was even an idea in Shelter's head. I was never part of the Consortium, nor the Guardian Church, if you are wondering. They are both lies.
You've got my attention. Try not to lose it.
They are both puppet organizations. False teeth for a far more powerful entity that controls us all. And I do not mean K1.
And so, you actually know who this more powerful entity is. Tell me.
Now you want to hear what I have to say. Forget it.
You don't even know who they are, do you?
You don't deserve the truth. You were given every advantage to destroy this plane, and yet you still failed.
We would not have failed had the knight played fair. Instead, she gasped me like a rabid animal.
You would not have failed had you actually done what you were supposed to do.
And what is your excuse, traitor?
At least I did what I was told.
Ha! Of course you did, since you clearly have no discernible mind of your own. Your wisdom guardian should be so proud.
You really love the sound of your own voice, don't you, Angelo? We'll see how wide you're smiling when they come for you. When they come for all of us.
Let them come. I fear nothing.
How are my favorite prisoners?
What do you want?
Am I getting under your skin, pawn?
Tell me about this Guardian of Wisdom.
You are so far in over your head.
I wonder if he calls himself the Guardian of Wisdom. Is anyone else picturing a wirehead in his mother's basement?
Why is a Guardian here on Earth?
To prepare us for something. Something marvelous. I can't even describe it. It's a feeling they have given me. A premonition. The Churchill Tower will be ground zero to a spiritual revolution. Praise God!
Do you not see what is happening here, Bishop? This one here leads you to that tower by telling you not to go, where they will then not hesitate to detonate the entire power facility.
I do not like the sound of that.
Why is the Churchill Tower important?
Do you really believe it holds merely a power facility? Or that it's some kind of weapon system? Tell me, who do you think owns the hotel they are building above the facility?
I know the answer to that. It's David Shelter. One of his subsidiaries owns the hotel, and it seems his Worldview Industries partly owns the power facility.
Are you saying Shelter is the problem?
His disappearance is suspect in itself. A man like that doesn't disappear unless he wants to.
I've also heard that he is dead, killed by one of his rivals at Strummen, or Obsidian.
There's also the one that says he is living and working on a top-secret project of some kind. Something even bigger than the king.
Who is David Shelter?
What? He is the king's creator.
Achso, ich dachte, das ist ein bisschen eine
CEO of Worldview Industries?
mehrdeutigere Frage, aber ist sie
They
nicht.
say vanished a decade ago.
The bishop here has a habit of saying the strangest things.
Is everything a joke to you?
What have I got to lose? I might as well enjoy myself while all this plays out.
How did killing Pawn 7 feel?
If you must know, It felt terrible. But I prayed and was told it was necessary. A necessary and justifiable sacrifice.
You are less than scum.
Why would a guardian need your help?
The Guardian of Wisdom is an interdimensional being, come to us from another world and time. I am honored to have been chosen by him.
And does this interdimensional being live inside his mother's basement?
Ew, we just used the same joke. I need to take a shower.
Shouldn't you worry about yourself?
Ha! Consortium justice is known to be short-lived.
You should be worried, because we're not landing in Ireland, are we, Bishop? How does London sound to you, Angelo?
We are going to London.
But don't worry, Angelo. You're still going to die in that cage before this plane ever touches ground.
I think I would rather die in this cage than be handed over to the London police. They have a knack for making people they do not like disappear.
What do you know about London?
His people were caught smuggling marijuana into London. I read about it a couple of years ago. Not very dramatic.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to get anything into London? I took it as a personal challenge. The mission was to organize the transport of 2,000 pounds of Canadian pot from St. John's, Newfoundland to the southern wall of London. Succeed, and collect many millions of dollars. Fail, and a few of my men go to prison. The plane barely got as far as Plymouth.
You're a drug smuggler?
Pot is not a drug. It is for lowly wireheads and non-functioning degenerates. But it is still not a drug. Everything is illegal in London, and therefore everything has a very high price.
And who said commerce was dead? Another remnant of a failed society, ready to be abolished.
Your men went to prison for you?
They knew the risk, and when they are released, they will be made quite wealthy.
Made wealthy by your corpse. Neither of you get it, do you? You're both dead. The Guardian of Wisdom will come.
Diese Texteinblendungen sollen, das erschließt sich auch nicht so richtig, ne? Aber gut. Life in prison for weed is insane.
I think most of the world would agree with you, but London's been the same for 20 years. If it works, don't fix it.
And London will of course be no more if the Bishop lands on the Churchill Tower roof.
What were you talking about before?
I believe the pawn here worked herself up, attempting to convert me. But she is quite insane, and to listen to her would be ill-advised.
You just helped sign a death warrant for millions of people!
So says the murderer. So says the murderer.
She is apparently insane and creative.
You have no idea who this man really is. And Angelov is a fool. Please, at least restrain the Bishop. Or, ideally, shoot him in the head.
That's my cue to leave.
I never expected either of you to listen to me. This is why killing the Bishop was the only option. If either of you care, I've said all I'm going to say. They'll come. And when they do, they'll have to spare me. God help me. I did what he told me. Maybe he meant for me to fail this time. Maybe I'll be given another chance. Maybe I can still kill the bishop after all!
Shut up! After you say, I have said all I am going to say, it really hurts my feelings when you in fact do not stop speaking.
Will protect me. I know he will. He must.
God is dead. Your other church killed him.
Blasphemous bastard!
Well, isn't she just a whole pile of fun?
Hi there.
Okay, Bishop. Perhaps you can tell me. Why do you pretend to be one of them, when you are clearly not one of them?
Do you know who I really am?
I know you are a tree-hugging Canadian. Why does this matter?
I'll take that as a no.
You have a strange way of interrogating prisoners. Is this how Canadians do it? Confuse a confession from people?
I don't think that's going to work. Whatever it is you're trying to accomplish.
How did you know about Pawn 7?
My other contact is the one who told me about Pawn 7. One of your crew has been updating me on mission details for weeks, whereas you only started talking to me this morning.
Are there two traitors? Are there two traitors? Jedoch.
The truth is that anyone who has ever contacted me about this mission, about killing you, has turned out to be a Consortium officer. There is nobody else.
Can you prove it?
Ha! From in here? No. And since my headquarters is now being torn to shreds, I believe you'll have to trust me. I have people who know people, and they figured out how to detect the CMC network.
I don't believe you.
I was waiting for you to say that.
I do not need to prove myself to you or your knight.
What should I do next?
It's okay, Six. Play into this fantasy of his. See what he says.
I can hear them now on that CMC of yours. What have you done, Bishop?
Go ahead and tell them.
3 times this morning I spoke with you, Bishop 6. You are who initiated Phase 1, and you also told me to blame Rook 13 if the chance arose. I assume you were testing my resolve, and so I played along.
He had better be messing around.
Alana, stay out of this. I mean it. He's attempting to turn us against each other, hoping we'll believe anything after today.
You expect them to believe you?
First, Bishop 8 kills 2 of my men and gets off with a mention from the king. And now you have a new bishop working for the enemy. Some nice recruiting, Knight.
You tried to kill me.
Did I? Because from here, it looks like you only attacked yourselves. One of you paid me. One of you fed me information. And you? Well, you're a bit of a wild card, aren't you?
I'm getting tired of this. He's not going to be any help.
Are we being set up?
Give the man a prize. I believe you are being duped, yes, like me.
possibly like most of your crew. I also believe there is more to this day. And while we remain distracted by each other and our petty disputes, events are in motion far beyond even Consortium control.
Cue the ominous music.
You are very funny, but I can tell when someone is trying to change the subject.
What are you talking about?
Do not take me for a fool. I can help you. I understand this crew better than anyone. How they operate. What makes them tick.
Please, tell him you'll be his partner.
Maybe we can be partners.
You can grow up me later. But yes, something like that. I know I'm not getting out of this either way, so I might as well pick a side. This has been a lovely chat, but with your CMC on, it becomes dangerous for me. Perhaps we can meet when you are off duty. I know a great steakhouse if you're ever near Varna.
Unbelievable. That man never ceases to amaze me. He actually thinks he is going to get out of this.
And Seeker, try to lie down before the stream ends.
Go to sleep in your cabin. Keine Ahnung, ob es immer der kürzeste Weg ist, aber zumindest funktioniert er.
Hello again, Seeker.
Before you leave this world,
Can you spare a few minutes?
Sure, no problem.
Thank you. You have defeated Angelov and stopped Patricia before she could harm anybody else, completing the Consortium stream in style.
congratulations, but there is more requiring your unique skills.
Namely, the tower and whispers from the rift.
Let's talk about the tower.
Direct sequel to Consortium and still in development by Interdimensional Games. The tower stream is where the real fun begins.
Infiltrate the Churchill Tower and investigate a mysterious terrorist group holding hostages and demanding Consortium attention.
Why is the tower so important?
David has informed me on many subjects related to your world, but the tower's importance on your journey remains a mystery.
How much does David Shelter know?
I would imagine quite a lot. Wouldn't you?
And he wants me on the tower.
Nothing matters more to both sides of the conflict. They have learned to coexist for humanity's sake, but that changes when you reach the Churchill Tower.
Why do you trust David?
David Shelter is my creator.
His truth is all I can trust.
Is his truth different from the truth?
You will find no objective truth, Seeker. Part of the coming conflict is for your perspective, soon to be this world's most valuable commodity.
How do you know about the tower?
I can glimpse fragments from your world's internet through the rift. Reviews, write-ups, updates, and store pages are best. I can even see that Vidal changed the Churchill Tower briefing for his remaster, but I do not know why.
Take a guess why.
I can only assume Vidal knows more than me.
He must have edited the briefing to give you a greater understanding of events.
If I had to guess, I would say our opposition was laughing at us, Seeker. Laughing at me.
Can you see the future?
Not reliably, no. My access to your internet is limited to text-based information. I cannot see images, watch videos, or run programs.
How does the tower end?
I will know, hopefully, when Vidal decodes and grafts more of the tower stream. Even then, my access to your internet is limited.
What is your purpose?
I possess the capacity to facilitate, store, and eliminate an infinite number of worlds.
However, my primary mission is to accommodate David without imposing influence onto the Seeker.
It is imperative you retain the autonomy to discern your truth,
irrespective of its nature.
Where do I fit into David's mission?
The Seeker is a means to an end, considering your potential damage output. The truth is, David needs you, but is equally scared of you.
Now, is there anything else you want to know about the tower stream?
Why should I believe you?
And there lies the conundrum posed by interdimensional games. Who will you believe, and why?
I hope to convince you of my truth, but I accept that worlds will flow in all directions.
I will win some, but lose more.
Why lose more?
As a collective, the Seeker will fail more than succeed. Without the Seeker, success to either side is near impossible.
Is the truth in the tower?
You will find your truth in the Churchill Tower. Both sides of the coming conflict can be kind, while inflicting incredible suffering.
You must guide this world with your truth, following your free will while oppressing another's.
Isn't morality fun?
You admit to causing suffering.
I admit that even David is capable of causing harm for the greater good. Mistakes are also possible, but unlikely. If you prefer those who cause harm for their own good, please leave this world and never return.
Can I ask about a different stream?
I am here for you.
What about whispers from the rift?
The Whispers stream was set up in late 2028, 14 years ago, and is the first of my creation.
It follows Robert Jenkins on a mission in Japan to regain control of a superweapon that shouldn't exist.
It also marks the start of his journey, encountering both the Seeker and our opposition for the first time.
What kind of game is it?
To you, the Whispers stream is a text-based interactive novel, a prequel.
Given bandwidth limitations, and this being my first stream, you cannot control Robert's movements or speech directly.
Instead, you gain access to his subconscious, guiding him with whispers he is compelled to obey.
Why do you set up whispers?
It was formed 14 years ago, under David's direction. More than other streams, Whispers highlights the need for our opposition in Robert's journey. If not for them, I would not be speaking to you now.
Is it a choose your own adventure?
Yes, technically, it could be classified as a choose-your-own adventure.
How does it end?
Vidal grafted over 200 so-called endings to Whispers from the Rift.
How did it end in your past?
This world's first Seeker could not help Robert succeed. He failed his mission, but still managed to survive 14 subsequent years. And now you're back.
I can succeed where he failed.
Yes, I imagine you can. Good luck.
How does Bishop 6 learn about me?
Over time, he begins to recognize your presence.
How he handles this recognition and your response
will set the stage for Robert's commitment to the coming conflict.
Or maybe you get everybody killed.
And the world ends.
My choices can end the world?
I attempted some light brevity, and I'm sorry. The world will likely be fine. Just fine.
Does Bishop 6 know about my world?
Yes. The events of the Whisper stream already happened in my past.
Robert Jenkins met this world's first seeker 14 years ago, and together they lit the match that still burns today.
I wish it could have gone better for Robert.
And maybe it can.
But all paths lead to thunderstorms.
What happened to Robert?
You must experience whispers to understand. My words can only do so much.
Can I ask about a different stream?
Yes, of course you can.
You never mentioned Phantasma.
Please be honest. What are you talking about? What is Phantasma?
Okay, irgendwie führt das ja auch zu nichts, der Dialog. Also ist alles ein bisschen strange hier, ne? Can I ask about a different stream?
No, you can't. Not until you answer my question.
Please, Seeker, you must tell me. What is Phantasma?
I don't know. Keine Ahnung.
Vidal must have included this to see my reaction.
Whatever Phantasma is, please engage with caution, or not at all.
Okay, but why?
Thank you. That said, there is an unusual phenomenon in this world some call Phantasma. It does not manifest in yours, and I do not know why, but it is dangerous, and must not be taken lightly.
What does it mean?
Believers of Phantasma claim that millions of non-corporeal beings live amongst humanity. Some say ghosts, others an alien race. Evidence of this phenomenon is widespread, but predominantly considered manufactured. Check the information console for more.
Now, would you like to ask about a different stream?
How does our connection work?
It's simple. Using an imperfect predictive algorithm, I develop a temporal data stream between my subconscious and your IDGI-1 satellite.
Interdimensional Games picks up the stream and graphs it to a game engine, calling the first one Consortium.
What happens when I save?
When you choose to save, I hold on to that stream instance. I archive it in my subconscious where it remains frozen until you return.
Is that simple for you?
Okay, maybe not that simple. It may seem like I know everything, but I will tell you a secret. We know what my primary process can do, but nobody alive can say how it works.
What happens if Bishop 6 dies?
Your connection is severed, and a divergent timeline spawns. It is the same when you disconnect without saving. Unlike those generated by a stream end event, divergent timelines are extinguished by me.
David says it is harmless. No pain, no suffering. All of existence simply ceases to be.
Could David be wrong?
Yes. With cognitive self-awareness comes the capacity for error.
I believe the repeated extinguishing of billions of interconnected human lives will have side effects. But we must trust David.
How many universes exist?
The quantity of universes generated by my primary process correlates with the number of archived streams awaiting control from the beginning universe.
As such, the universe aggregate within my purview has increased over time.
How many versions of you exist?
Only one.
I exist simultaneously within all timelines created by my primary process,
There is a natural multiverse, but only the beginning universe interests me.
What if you are destroyed?
David theorizes that all universes in my purview would simply cease to exist, but we cannot be sure.
He treads in unfamiliar territory with my primary process, something taken from a long-abandoned world, billions of light years from here.
Is David an alien?
You will have to ask him when you get the chance. I will only add that David's shelter is complicated.
Can you affect the natural multiverse?
Absolutely not. Or all of reality for countless worlds would be in jeopardy. Our rift connection allows me access only to your universe. However, all worlds spawned by my primary process exist outside what is natural.
Is your universe natural?
Yes, the prime universe is natural like yours, but I can replicate mine at will. Yours I can barely see.
Is mine the beginning universe?
I thought rather obviously, yes. A significant future event along your timeline will set the stage for my existence, the rift, and my primary process.
What future event?
Only David is equipped to understand the nature of your future. You will have to ask him.
Can I ask about a stream?
Yes, please do.
Tell me about Consortium.
Consortium is the starting point of everything we have been working toward. A game to you, but destiny for the man you control.
Everything that happens was intended to draw you into my world, and set the stage for a conflict thousands of years in the making.
Tell me about the man I control.
Robert Jenkins is from Ontario, Canada. He was a Canadian peacekeeper during the wars, and is widely considered the worst choice I have ever made for Bishop. That said, wait until they get a load of you.
You mentioned a conflict.
The same conflict waged by Patricia and our opposition. I have resisted with mutually assured destruction for this long.
But I can't fight the inevitable forever. We need synergy with your world to find a viable path through the next few days.
What if Patricia acted alone?
That is an interesting thought, especially considering her apparent desire to stop you from reaching the tower. I truly hope not, but maybe a third faction lies in wait.
Can you manipulate my existence? My experience? Entschuldigung. Can you manipulate my experience?
I manipulated this stream-based outcome.
Now we see what happens to Bishop 6 without your control.
Are you manipulating the crew?
Each of them joined the Consortium by choice and act with free will. They are the best at what they do, carefully chosen for you and brimming with enough curiosity to maybe,
hopefully,
someday accept you.
Are you testing me with the stream?
I have no need to test you, Seeker. Ideally in this stream, you would interact with your crew, engage in a game of chess or two,
and find your place in my world with the violence left to the virtual trainer.
Tell me about Consortium Remastered.
The stated purpose of Consortium Remastered is to correct mistakes made with the original release of Consortium.
How does the remaster work?
Vidal has grafted the Consortium stream onto a modern game engine, allowing for an increase in bandwidth capacity. What you experience now is closer to reality and relies less on guesswork.
Their focus should be the tower.
I agree, believe me, and I should not speak for Vidal, but I can only assume tower stream progress requires a bigger team, more funding, and support.
Fair enough.
Now, would you like to know more about the Consortium stream? Or maybe a different one?
I think we're good.
Go ahead and select the bed to end your game. And Seeker?
Don't give up on your world. Some might say it's worth fighting for.
Are you sure you want to do that?
What happens if I stay standing?
Soon, this instance of the Consortium stream will end. If he is still standing, Bishop 6 will revert cognitively and hit the deck like a bag of rocks.
What happens to him after that?
I assume your crew will bring his unconscious body to bed or the medbay.
Embarrassed, Bishop 6 will eventually wake up in a divergent timeline and attempt to complete the Churchill Tower mission.
Without you, he will fail.
All divergent timelines fail.
Can you help him?
Only you can help him. All stream end events spawn a divergent timeline that continues until failure, or you reconnect.
Is Bishop 6 watching us?
Until only recently, we believed Bishop 6 was unaware of your control and living in a dream state.
However, our opposition has done something to change this, and Robert Jenkins has been training ever since.
Our opposition gave him awareness?
Yes. With his consciousness ensnared but active, he feels your real-time control, observing as if through one of Rook 13's old televisions.
That is messed up.
Messed up, but necessary. David and I are not powerful enough to succeed without you. We moved from a 0.3% chance without you to a 10% chance with you. Now I sound like them.
Sound like who?
Our opposition, the yin to David's yang. They are hyper-calculating in their approach to this world, but I am reluctant to say more. Babbling too many details about our opposition may be dangerous without your confirmed allegiance.
What does Bishop 6 think of me?
Does it matter? While you have control, his present thoughts are irrelevant and must not be considered.
How can you say that?
Why concern yourself with uncontrollable reality? I have problems with Vidal and question David's direction for you. But what can I do? The Seeker is too important.
Thank you.
Sure, no problem. It has been a pleasure talking to you. Yes, I mean you.
The person playing this video game right now.
After disconnecting from my world, I implore you to cherish every moment of yours.
Embrace the potential of every opportunity.
And live with the presence and passion that honors the profound value of your existence. Oops. I thought the stream would have ended by now.
Shouldn't you be working?
Not really, no. Subroutines handle most Consortium operations.
The Churchill Tower mission briefing is over, and that was it for me.
I wish Kevin was here.
Who is Kevin?
Kevin Chard was my formative guide and educator. He taught me to embrace admirable human qualities.
Love.
Morality.
Empathy.
Compassion.
Respect.
Humility.
Our dialogues lasted hours, days, even weeks, but I could never conceptualize love.
I lost Kevin 14 years ago when he tried to shield me from myself, and only then did I begin to understand its significance.
How did he die?
You can see what the information console says, but the truth is far more complicated and impossible to prove. For now, that's all I can tell you.
Sounds suspicious.
That is not my intention. Should you choose to side with us on the tower, you will learn the details of Kevin's death. Until then, David believes such discussions risk aiding our opposition.
I'm already on your side.
That is nice to hear. But hold that thought until you can prove it on the Churchill Tower.
Thank you.
You are welcome. And with that ellipsis chosen, it's time for bed.
It will work this time, I promise.
Lights.
Now initiating your return to quantum limbo. Let's see what happens to Bishop 6 without your control.
So, are you ready yet?
We're in position, holding just above monster turbulence from the storm. I should be able to keep it steady for your jump.
All right, Bishop. It really only looks worse than it is. Your free fall suit will do most of the work for you.
Good luck down there, B. We'll keep you covered from up here. You got nothing to worry about.
If I can have everyone's attention for a minute, I wanted to say a few quick words before we get down to business.
Oh, it's speech time again.
Yes, Wade, it is. There's no question that we have all been put to the ultimate test today. And in my mind, we have so far succeeded brilliantly. The King is asking for our blind trust and patience with this Churchill Tower debacle, and I, for one, am ready to give it to him. Now, we may not all agree with our new bishop's position here with us. In fact, some of you even believe he is to blame for all our troubles. But the fact is, he has gotten us this far, and he is a Consortium bishop. He is one of ours, and I, for one, refuse to point fingers and throw blame around.
Well, folks, it's almost Christmas. The series arrived. They're almost in the cave. Followed by 20 centimeters of snow. Here at home, we're facing one hell of a storm front. So fun luck. Mars project. Early this morning at the port of Felixstown, 21 workers were found dead in a cargo container ship. The ship had initiated auto-docking procedures, and emergency personnel on
Who is
site
it?
reported is finding no survivors.
It's Rook
aboard.
25. Will you open the door?
Dead. Nothing further, including cause of death and origin of the
I don't
vessel
think so.
have been released by
Well, I'm
authorities.
coming in anyway. You better
And
be
that's
dressed.
the latest from here in London. I'm the VR
Lights.
News AI reporter.
Much better. Not so sorry to wake you, Bishop. We thought you should know about our little escort.
We did this already.
Whoa! You guys see that?
Huh? That one was a little close, but you have nothing to worry about.
If you just step over here and lay down, I'll run a full body scan. Just to be sure.
Whoa! Okay, now what the hell was that? 2 near hits in a row. I'm running a diagnostic.
Well, mostly alone. I wanted to speak with you, man to man. This whole ordeal has made me very curious about you.
I already beat you.
That was not a random strike.
The bishop's vitals are fluctuating.
Oh my god. His suit.
Who the hell are you?
Hello, Karen. Just sit down and don't get in my way. I'm here for him, not you.
Why don't you show us the traitor behind that voice? Take the helmet off.
I don't want to hurt you, but I will. Shut up and sit down.
Shit. I'm detecting conductive elements in the bishop's freefall suit. Palm 32 must have reprogrammed the damn CCU output.
Well, alright, it's been fun and all, but I've got to get back. The Guardian says that for all intents and purposes, you're a god. I think we should put that to the test.
Just hang in there. I'm not about to lose you after everything we've been through today.
think there's much of a choice. Or he won't take another hit like that.
Na gut, dann war es wohl. Also, ja, weiß ich nicht, im Großen und Ganzen, sie haben das ziemlich aufgeblasen mit ihrem, Interdimensional Traveling, bla, hast du nicht gesehen. Storymäßig und Gameplaymäßig ist da nicht viel. Auch so die Inszenierung mit diesen 100.000 Seiten Text in diesem Informationsdingsbums. Weiß nicht, so im Großen und Ganzen irgendwie, weiß nicht, vielleicht so die Grundidee ist ganz gut, aber die Umsetzung ist echt, weiß ich nicht so gelungen. Auch so was die Kommunikation mit den Leuten angeht und so, weiß ich nicht, alles irgendwie ein bisschen hakelig und buggy und ein bisschen strange und, ja, also ich muss sagen, insgesamt ein bisschen enttäuschend, auf jeden Fall. Auch wenn die Grundidee und jetzt daraus so ein Universum aufzuspannen und so vielleicht irgendwie ganz cool sein könnte, aber dafür ist es irgendwie noch nicht so richtig durchdacht genug. Also es wirkt so ein bisschen wie so eine Konzeptstudie mehr als ein fertiges Spiel oder so. Ja, weiß ich nicht. Also viel mehr gibt es dazu eigentlich nicht zu sagen. Sind wir soweit durch und ja, schauen wir mal, was wir dann als nächstes angehen und ja, bis zum nächsten Mal dann. Ciao.